Y'all know what's going on. It's time for another episode of Doing Time with Joe. Well, we're back again. This is the third installment on this session of the support group. And we left off Sean. He had something that he wanted to say. So go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, hello people. I'm just sitting here listening to what everybody's saying. And as I'm listening, I'm trying to find a little bit of myself in all that. And I kind of, it's not that hard to do. Like what Corey was saying was, we wear armor. Yeah, we wear armor to protect ourselves, right? But we also wear a whole lot of masks. You know what I'm saying? A mask, we betray to other people what we want people to see. And armor doesn't do that. Armor just protects ourselves. We wear a lot of masks in here. But that's another form of protection. Because, we look in the mirror and we get a mask on, we don't see the truth. We see what other people want us to see. And that's one of the most dangerous things you can do, not for other people, but for yourself, because you can lose yourself that way. And for probably 20 years, that's where I lived. I lived in a false world. And so...
Why was that?
I just didn't want to acknowledge this. Right? But I had hurt a lot of people. And admitting that's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's things you got to learn about yourself you don't want to see. For whatever reason. And I'm still dealing with that, if you can hear it in my voice.
Yeah.
But this road is not easy for me. Mainly because I digged a big enough hole for myself. And in that digging, I've done more damage. So, it's one of the reasons why I think Yahweh allowed me to go through everything I did so that I wouldn't self-destruct when I found it. So, I was a living hellion for my mother. And I was adopted at 18 months. 2 occasions, one time when I was about 10, and one time when I was about 13. My mother exploded on me. And it's hard to remember what was going on at the time. But it's exceptionally easy to remember the emotional imprint of the situation. She yelled and screamed at me, "I wish I never got you." That hurt.
How old were you then?
One time I was 10, then 13. And I didn't understand what that meant. And she explained later that I was adopted. But I see now exactly why. Of course, that's the grand scheme of things. I believe, of course, we know Yahweh knows the end from the beginning. He knows what he's doing. And he does the best what he got with a broken world. If it was not for the unconditional love of my mother, I would have been successful in killing myself. But the fact that I didn't know it was Yahweh at the time, because, of course, that's his sacred name, and of course I call him God and all that back then, but thank you for the strength. He was trying to show me that what love was all about, what real love is all about. Real love is loving somebody even when they slap you. Real love is accepting somebody even when they disrespect you. Real love is loving them even when they reject you. Not once. Only in that fit of anger And that was not righteous indignation that my mother had.
Right.
She was pissed. You know, I was hurting her. So she lashed out. We all know what lashing out is. We lash out in anger. But she did not abandon me one way or the iota in this. And I'm 1,300 miles away from where I grew up. She blew her retirement coming down to see me for 10 years before she passed away. And that was something, Phil, you talked about. I don't think I've ever grieved that. I wasn't there to. I was wearing too many masks to see who I was. 5 years ago, my dad died. And my sister and I got to talking. And of course, stupid money came into the subject. You know, I kind of understood that I was away from home. I wasn't entitled to nothing. Right? And I told her that. I'm not entitled to nothing. But, you know, put me a little nest egg away. A little percentage. 16%. It's fine. It's okay. I don't know how I came up with that number. But I was satisfied with that number. You know, because for one, I didn't feel like I deserved any of it. You know, that 16% was not a small sum of money. But the money just stopped coming. It dried up. It took my sister 4 months to finally admit, after me, you know, asking her, just tell me the truth. I don't care. Just don't lie to me. Because I used to be a compulsive liar. I know the damage a lie can do. Right? Not just to yourself, but to other people. So lies are horrible. One of the last things you can do is, one of the worst things you can do is lie. That's one of the most 7 things that Yahweh can't stand is a liar. And I don't care about the money. Just tell me. If you spent it, that's fine. After 4 months of begging her to tell me the truth, she did. And I was okay. I just said, from here on out, just don't lie to me about anything else anymore. Just tell me the truth. I can handle the truth now. Because when I started understanding what Yahweh wanted me to do, break down all my walls that I built up to get to the truth. So he couldn't speak to me. You know, I built this sound stage around me. He couldn't get through. You know, he can do anything, but I wouldn't let him through, right? And so she made a comment about I was the reason Mom died early. And that hurt. Being blamed for your mother's death.
You know that's not true, right?
I absolutely know it's not true. Was it stressful? Sure. But I know it's not true. But does she? And that's something I live with too. Because everything in my life, everything that I've touched in my life is affected by what I do. And I've come to learn that my life is really not about me. It's about everybody my life touches. Because you can do things to hurt people. We're not meant to hurt people.
Right.
We're meant to love people.
Right.
And so hurting people is antithetical to what Yahweh wants. And so once you realize that your life is not about you, it's about everybody else around you. It's heavy, but it's not. If you understand what I'm trying to say, is it's not meant to be a heavy burden. Because when you understand what love is a sacrifice that you don't have to make because He made it for you. And we can live through His strength. And His burden's easy and His light. It's not easy at first, learning how to wear His clothes. His mantle can feel heavy at first, right? And because we don't know how to wear it. We've worn our own mantle We've formed our own clothes. We've formed our own masks over the decades. And we have to take these masks off later to get to the truth of who we are. And if we're not willing to face who we are, that's something that person's going to have to, get to the bottom of. But Yahweh's word is the truth. And if anyone's read the Bible, that's what Yahshua says, you know what I'm saying? My words are spirit and they are truth, right? His words are from the creation of all, it's from the basic creation. And if we can look in the mirror, and as the word says, look in the mirror and see the perfect law of liberty, that's freedom, man. His word is freedom. And we don't pay attention to it and just turn our face and forget what it's saying. We put that mask right back on, we live in a lie. And that lie is just so destructive. If there are things that are missing in your life, there's people around you. He's put people in your life that'll strengthen you. Joe, out of the blue, you just asked me to come and do this.
Right.
And, I prayed about this. I prayed about the answer.
You told me you did.
And I told him, I said, I don't want to tell people my truth. I don't want to tell them, I said, I don't want to tell people what the truth is. But he said, son, that's not right. It's a truth, but it's my truth. I want you to tell my truth. And so, I had to say yes. Because it's not about me. It's about what my life can do for somebody else. And if the words that I say help somebody else or comfort somebody else, that's what I was put here to do. Not that I want to do it, but really I do though. But I don't, if that makes sense. My flesh don't.
Right.
But my spirit do because I love y'all.
Yeah.
And that's what really, that's eternal. So, I thank you, Phil. I've been thinking about a lot of what you say sometimes. And it makes me try to peel off some more layers, man. Because, I've been...
Man, I'm so
struggling,
messed
bro.
up in the head. You have no...
Man,
Hey,
man, we hug. We all,
I'm just being honest with you.
man.
Like, I hope that it helps somebody, but, dude, it's like it gets... I laugh to keep from crying.
Yep.
And I'm trying to figure out how can there's a generation under me and a generation under them. And I got grandkids and I got a lot of them. And they growing up in this world, of course, all of them know that, me and my wife, we in this. So I'm trying to figure out how can I make this appealing to them, to where they don't be 46 years old and curled up crying at night because of something happened, to where they actually are able to, when they are hit with life, because life will hit every single one of us, regardless of it.
You want to make what appealing to them?
I want to make that appealing to them that don't hold this in. Go and build your army. And y'all, it's not a you by yourself, but it's a us. We gonna get this. We gonna take care of it. Because I can tell on my end, my people above me, my aunts, uncles, elders, whoever, whatever, they all failed me. They didn't build the army. They didn't build the us. They build the, well, God's going to help you out. I'll pray for you. And, that's not going to heal in that moment. You know what I'm saying? What I need in that moment is just like the prodigal son, dad covered him. I need to be covered right now. I need for you to take some of them flaming arrows on your back and, you take the hit for me for a little bit until I can heal. That's what I need. And I hope that me being vulnerable and growing from this, or just showing that, hey, even being vulnerable is not going to kill you. You know what I'm saying? I no longer want to survive. I want to actually live. And if the word says he came that we may have life and have it more abundantly, then I want life. You know what I'm saying? I ain't read nowhere in there where he told me I'm going to show you how to survive. I think that's just me doing that on my own. But he said, I'm going to show you life. So I'm really gonna be wide open to receiving the life that he has for me. And if this means that I sit here in Blue and share this with everybody to where I can get life, to where I can share it with my children and my grandchildren, then so be it. Because I want these things to end with me. You know, I don't want them to grow up and have a confusion about what's racism. I want them to be able to really point it out. Oh, that man, he's short. Racism's a symptom of something. He may not. Well, then you know he has a symptom of something else. This is how you and your sisters and your friends and all of y'all deal with that man who's over there dealing with some type of sickness. You know, not to continue to where you want to be violent, or you want to go and join a gang, or you want to go and sell drugs, or if you're a woman, you want to sleep with all these men, or if you're a man, you want to go sleep with all these women and produce these babies with no father. No. That ain't working. I want us to be as open and as honest to reset this thing and to say, man, I messed up, but can you help me? Can we help each other? And can we feed each other? That's what I'm really trying to get at right now while I'm in here. You know, 'cause I believe my time is coming short. You know, I believe that I'm going to be released. And that's regardless of however long we may get to the finish line. Until then, while we still here, I want to, you know, cry some more. You know, I want to pull all these things out. I want to, you know, not look at women in an objective way and understand that they are just as valuable as I am, and that they have. I really want all of that, because to me, I believe that's life. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, Sean, man, we on the road.
Yeah. I came across this quote, and how convenient, I believe Yahweh works He works in ways that are meant to be. And this episode is perfect for this quote I have right here. And I just ran into it yesterday. Empathy is a crucial component of the evolving masculine paradigm, which recognizes that men can be nurturing, caring, and in touch with their emotions without dismissing the masculinity. There is nothing feminine about an emotion.
No.
We're all born with them. We all have them.
I think that's the key to life.
I mean, if we box our emotions up, that's half of our problems right there. We box them up, and we're not dealing with them.
We have to show compassion and sympathy. If you don't show it, then people won't show it to you.
You know, I just had this little picture of if this fruit, if our emotion is a fruit and we put it in a sealed bag, if you leave it long enough, what's going to happen to it?
Spoil.
It's going to spoil, man. It's going to rot, right? It's going to affect the entire piece of fruit. And if we allow our emotions to continue to go without being vented or shared, right? KP, I can't imagine having to experience the losses that you have so close to you, so in your face, right? I had a huge family. Most of my family's gone and dead now after 32 years. But I didn't have that connection with them like you're having in the passing of your family members, right? So I haven't experienced that. And Corey, you've had to wear this armor to protect yourself, and I completely understand. A lot of men in here do that. They put this armor on, man, so they don't get hurt, and they just put this out there and like, go ahead. Your weapon ain't gonna hurt me. Ching it off my armor. Go ahead.
Okay, so look, here's what we're gonna do then. We're gonna wrap this up, but I'm gonna ask each one of y'all. You don't have to if you don't want to. What do you say to the individuals out there that are listening? What's up with y'all out there, fam? The ones that's listening that's gonna leave these comments. What do you say to them about being strong enough to share and be vulnerable? What would you say to them?
Megan Devine, she wrote the book, It's Okay That You're Not Okay.
What's her name?
Megan Devine.
Megan Devine?
Yeah, she wrote the book, It's Okay That You're Not Okay. Because that's the first response they will want to say when they're not okay. I'm okay. But the thing about it is that when you're not okay, be honest with yourself. Be real with yourself. Be real with other people and honest with other people so that you can get the help that you deserve, the help that you need. So it's okay that you're not okay.
But how are you going to do that in this environment?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I understand we've got this. We have this.
Yes.
but not everywhere has got this.
But he said,
Right, but just like I said, we're gonna wrap this one up. But I'm gonna give some advice to those out there. You might not be the right one to give advice because you just threw all that out the window. But that's okay too.
I blame the
But-
schools and my teachers. Shut up.
School and the teacher.
Yeah.
Okay, there it is.
pick up the book. It's a great book. I read it.
Pick up the book.
Yeah, pick up the book. It's a great book.
What would you say to that, Blue? What advice would you give those out there that might be tripping and going through something and scared to open up and be vulnerable to people out there so they can get the help that they need? What would you say to them?
You know, pretty much, man, you lose your shame. Don't be ashamed, man. You know, especially in the black community. You know, we got this stigma or whatever you want to call it, especially when it comes to mental health. You know, we ashamed of it, man. You know, we try to hide it, like you said. We wear these masks. You know, take the mask off, man. Just don't be afraid when help come. It might come. It might be disguised as something else. You know, and just don't miss your blessing, man. That's all I can tell them, pretty much.
You did that. Phil, you got anything you want to say?
I would say, don't be believing these things. What happens in this house stays in this house because you are the house. So whatever is happening in that house and it ain't healthy, don't let it stay in that house.
Sure.
Get it out. Get a clean house. Otherwise, you're gonna be like me. You don't want to be like me right now.
You don't want to be like you?
You don't want to be like me right now.
Yeah. I became a CPRS for that one person that says, hey man, I need to talk to somebody. And if there's someone in your life, anybody, and there's something bothering you, man, talk to them, man. Let them know what's bothering you. Let them know what's hurting you. Let them know you're sad, upset. Tell somebody. Because that brown bag, can't keep putting stuff in it, it's gonna break.
I'm going to end it on that, right? Y'all know what it is, right? Hit that comment section up and let me know what you think about these episodes, right? We appreciate y'all out there. Y'all know what it is. This has been another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, and I say peace, y'all.
I'm getting so tired.